Luxury experience. How to make cheap look expensive and how to always be stylish on a budget. We get it. You aren't currently sitting on a multi-million dollar fortune, nor are you eager to spend thousands of bucks on an article of clothing. But that doesn't mean you don't want your outfit to look like $1,000,000. Keep in mind that cheap clothing and accessories that hang from the clearance rack and don't feature a premium designer label might end up looking like you spent some serious cash on them. All you gotta do is plan your clothing, keep a good eye on accessories, and make a few changes here and there. Let's go dress like a royal. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm doing wonderful today. I hope you are doing as great as I am. And if you are, go grab a cup of coffee or vodka or tea. Now let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about how to make cheap look expensive and how to always be stylish on a budget. Number one, maintain impeccable personal hygiene. I know hygiene may have nothing to do with clothing, but believe me, you will never see a royal or a rich person or wealthy person look unkempt. So you can never look inexpensive and stylish if you are unkempt and dirty. If you want to minimize your risk of infection or also enhance your overall health, follow this basic personal hygiene habit. Bathe regularly, trim your nails, brush and floss. Very important. Ideally, you should brush your teeth after every meal, and at the very last, brush your teeth twice a day and floss daily. Brushing minimizes the accumulation of bacteria in your mouth, which can cause tooth decay. And again, if you want to look like a royal, you want to have perfect teeth. Wash your hands and sleep tight. You want to get plenty of rest so that your face, your body, your whole metabolism is refreshed. Number two, always consider what you're buying. Now, it is very important. If you want to improve the look of cheap clothing, you need to really pay attention at what you're buying in the first place, because there is a big difference between inexpensive fashion that's worth the purchase and pieces that are just so poorly made that it actually looks like cheap and as though it's going to fall apart after one use, right? What I'm trying to say here is that simply because something is cheap doesn't mean it's low quality. So you got to search more. You got to make more effort to buy stuff that, even though it's affordable, it's great quality in the first place. You want to look at the seams, the tug at the straps, and you want to evaluate the item thoroughly on the inside and out to determine if it deserves a place in your closet in the first place. Number three, get rid of wrinkles. Now, when clothes are wrinkled, everybody knows that. Even my grandmother or my mother, my dad, regardless of the price, when clothes are wrinkled, they're going to look cheap. So if you're planning on wearing a $10 shirt with a $15 skirt, for instance, or $20 skirt, for example, there should be not a wrinkle in sight. So, sure, you can iron some of your clothes or throw them in the dryer, but getting a cheap garment steamer can save you lots of time and hassle. And at home dry cleaning kit can save you on dry cleaning costs as well, right? So you want to definitely get rid of those wrinkles. Number four, get clothing properly tailored. Now, I don't care how much you paid for clothing. If it doesn't fit you properly, you're never going to look like a royal. So there are those who feel like, it's a waste of time to get cheap clothes tailored, but it's one of the best ways to make those inexpensive pieces look like you paid a lot more for them. So considering everybody is different, a single article of clothing is not going to fit everyone the same way or look the same on everybody. However, when you get clothing tailored, you're transforming those pieces into ones that are meant specifically for you and your frame, right? Just give it a try. Take one piece of clothing, one skirt or one pants from your closet and just try one. Get one piece of clothing tailored and see the results. Get all the comments, all the compliments, all the flatterings. You would see the difference between just wearing generic brand branded items of clothing and tailored ones. Okay, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. Today we are trying to look like royals. We are trying to look like multi-million-dollar wealthy individuals. We are trying to really change our appearance, our look. And I'm talking to you about how to make cheap look expensive and how to always be stylish on a budget. Before I move on, if you love the content you've been hearing so far and you feel like a royal right now, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be informed whenever we drop a new gem. And we do this every single day, rain or shine. Comment below, share, and like this content. Number 5, wear expensive jewelry. Now, I'm not saying you have to break the bank here, but what I'm saying is that, with all the money you've been saving on the clothing part, you can invest it in jewelry. The good thing here is that jewelry is not just an accessory. Jewelry should be considered an investment, right? Because there is lovely inexpensive jewelry. There are pieces that you can just tell are expensive and incredibly high quality. So even a couple of these pieces could completely transform a cheap outfit into one that looks like you got it from a luxury designer, right? So the idea here is that let's say you spend $40 on clothing, but you just add on to that a very expensive, jewel. For instance, this could cost $400 or $500, right? And you want to opt for classic jewelry that never goes out of style and can go with quite a few items, right? A few outfits. When made well, they could hold up for years to come, even long enough to be passed down to future generations if possible. Everybody has has a souvenir in the family of a grandmother or grandfather passing on to them or to their fathers or mothers some piece of jewelry, right? Now, remember though, so you can wear a signature piece or two of jewelry. Now, the thing here is, whether you favor silver, rose gold, yellow gold, you can find delicate pieces that steer you away from the trendy territory and into the realm of choosing classic pieces that can become your signatures. All right, I'm talking about earrings, a simple necklace, a small ring, a unique bracelet. All of this are great pieces that you'll wear again and again and again, right? So if jewelry means something to you, each piece will feel like a personal talisman, which makes it even more integral part of your look. Number 6, you want to pair cheap clothing with expensive outfits. This sort of harks back to what I said earlier, where you wear expensive jewelry with a cheap clothing, right? You can do the same thing here. So you pair the cheap clothing with expensive outfits. So you always kind of have a mix of 80% cheap and 20% expensive, because certain expensive clothing pieces can give the illusion that every article you're wearing cost a small fortune. And this can last for years as long as you treat them very well. Now, always ensure that you can use the pieces to elevate cheap clothing. Don't buy the ones that are in the moment and trendy. No, you can be a fashionista or a fashionista. I don't even know if that word exists, but you could be a fashion lover and still buy stuff that is not in the moment and trendy. You always want to buy classic staples. I mean, a well-made pair of jeans, a gorgeous trench coat that you can get a lot of use out of, that will look fabulous on you, and you can easily pair that with inexpensive clothing. Number 7, take care of your clothes. Right now, even if the clothes were cheap in the first place when you purchased them, they still need specific care. So follow the care instructions on each tag, and always hang up your clothes instead of leaving them on the floor of your bedroom, or even worse, balled up in the corner of your closet, right? So if you take proper care of your clothes, you'll ensure that they last longer, which is an important boost for investment pieces and for the less pricey garments in your wardrobe. Think of this as a used car, right? Even if you buy a used car, but if you take care of the car properly, if you maintain it, you can drive that used car for a long time. So Making sure that your clothes are always clean and properly ironed or steamed will also go a long way toward making them look more expensive, right? Because, for instance, a top that's wrinkled or creased will make you look disheveled. But if you steam that top, even just by hanging it in your shower, you can make your ensemble look much more polished. Number 8, choose the right accessories. Now we've talked about clothing and all and jewelry. You want to choose the right accessories. I'm talking a pair of sunglasses that are classic in shape and sturdy in construction. You can pick up a pair of shoes that you'll want to wear every day and that will actually stand up to that abuse. You can also think about the opportunity to add some high-end pieces to your rotation, right? Now, the thing here is that accessories, when they're well maintained, they can add extraordinary value to your overall ensemble, to your overall appearance. It will make you look like a royal. Now, because the accessories are just as important part of the equation, and the great thing about them is that they are equally cheaper than the clothes. Plus, you'll get lots more wears out of the perfect bag, a pair of shoes, a stylish pair of sunglasses than you would any single piece of clothing. So remember to choose the right accessories when building your next appearance, your next fashion patterns. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are about to wrap up today's show, and we're talking about the luxury experience, how to make cheap looks expensive, and how to always be stylish on a budget. Number 9, pay attention to your skin and hair. Now, this goes back to what I said earlier about personal hygiene, right? You want to take care of your teeth, your skin, your teeth, your eyes, but you also want to pay attention to your skin and hair, because you'll never see a royal that's disheveled, at least not publicly, right? Great skincare and good makeup are key if you want people to think of you as luxurious. For most women, for example, less makeup is really more. So taking good care of your skin is of paramount importance. Great skin is always better than a face full of heavy makeup. So add great skincare products into your cosmetic budget, and you want to figure out a minimal makeup that works for you. For guys, you want to think about your hair also, your skin as well. You may not have to put all the makeup, but you still want to be clean. You want to pay attention to hygiene, to smell. So every fragrance everything that can add value to your appearance, go ahead and do that, right? You want to look as chic and polished as possible, right? Even the shortest haircut will look better with some extra pampering. Now, if you don't have the time or extra dollars to go to a professional barber or a hairdresser, try to achieve the effect yourself by taking extra time and care at home, or asking a relative to do that for you. Number 10, last but not the least, consider your uniform. Yes, when we were talking about this, the team, the awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show team, members of the team were laughing about this one, but this is very important. If you're really hoping to look like a fashion insider, despite a small budget, it may be worth reconsidering your approach to your closet and adopting a personal uniform. In other words, you have a set of colors that define you. If you always dress, you can have a core set of colors. It could be yellow, purple, and pink, for instance. And all your clothes and accessories rotate or revolve around that trio of colors. And that's what we mean by having a uniform. It's like a brand, right? So when you walk around, people know that's your logo, if you will. That's your brand. Those are your brand colors, your personal brand colors. So everything you have has to fit between that trio of colors. So yellow, purple, and what did I say? Pink. Yeah, right. So that's your uniform. So if you already tend to wear the same pieces and silhouettes over and over, that's a great sign that you figured out what works for you and your lifestyle, even without investing in expensive pieces. All right. This is it, folks. This is the end of today's conversation. I'm going to quickly recap today's conversation here. We talked about 10 different things to make cheap look expensive and to always be stylish on the budget. You want to maintain impeccable personal hygiene. 2, always consider what you're buying. 3, get rid of wrinkles. 4, get clothing properly tailored. 5, wear expensive jewelry. 6, pair cheap clothing with expensive outfit. 7, take care of your clothes. 8, choose the right accessories. 9, pay attention to your skin and hair. And 10, consider a uniform. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for listening. And until then, remember, stay marvelous.